grab Mom right in the middle of drinking.
Hi!
Hi! We're back. Welcome.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Michael.
I'm Sue.
We are a close-knit family. It is Tuesday, July 9th. We are desperately trying to get back on schedule. This is Season 2, Episode 8. We are a knitcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada, following my adventures as a newer knitter and our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
Woo! I didn't even have to say that and I'm out of breath. We're having some kind of nice summer weather now.
Yeah. There was a severe thunderstorm watch for...
for today?
For Saturday.
Yeah, passed.
Passed.
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
Yeah, no, it didn't really. There was some good rain, but there wasn't really a thunderstorm per se. We had
a thunderstorm go by, but it sort of went by.
Yeah, although actually, one of the guys in my work group chat posted a photo that somebody got of some lightning, and it's actually really cool. I might put that up here.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was... Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I mean, thunder in the summer around here is just one of those things.
Yeah. As long as it comes with rain, it should be okay.
I forgot to ask you about this. Do you want to read that?
Summer rent...
If I ask you to read it, it's because I don't want to say it out loud.
Okay.
And what do you think? Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, alongs.
Alongs. We have our temperature scarf along still.
Yes. Now,
we've been neglecting to talk about that.
Oh, we've been neglected it. I've
fallen behind.
I think I've given up. I've got more pressing things to do that I have to focus my time on, and I don't see catching up at this time. And our friend Alice, who's a regular watcher, did comment on our last video that she made it to June and said, done.
Yeah.
So, yay! You made it to June! Woohoo! You did better than me.
You're currently ahead of me. I still have plans to try to catch up, but I may also follow Alice, make it to June, and just go, this scarf is long enough.
Why don't we make it a half a year?
Half a year!
Temperature scarf along. Maybe, but I'm still not going to catch up to June.
No.
But I am determined to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try again next year.
If we remember. Or you just start... No, you don't start it again now, because that's the problem.
I don't have time to work on it right now.
Yeah.
I think taking on, work, not working at home anymore, working in another location, it's really eating into my knitting time.
Speaking of that, I need to grab some cords from you while I'm here.
Cords?
The knitting.
Yes, I was. Did you bring yours? Because I was going to help you with that.
I did not bring my sweater. But it's
okay. So what we're talking about are the interchangeable cords for needles with the little stoppers on the end.
Yeah.
Because Mike is working on the Ursa sweater for Robin.
Yeah.
And he needs to put his sleeves on the holders.
Yeah, and I am not here because I am house sitting currently.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, was I house sitting last time we did this?
No, you were about to.
Right, I was about to.
Before Canada Day.
Yes.
Even though by the time you saw it, he was house sitting because it took about 5 days to get it up. But that's beside the point. So, now Mike is on board with this. It's time to do another random giveaway. It's been a really, really long time.
Yes.
And...
what are we looking for?
Well, I guess that's what it's going to be.
A Zauberball?
We're going to do a random giveaway for Crazy Zobber Ball.
Ooh, you used that one.
Yes, I
for...
did. Another. It's not. Oh yeah, it's this one.
So if you do this with the butterfly papillon, this is what it looks like.
Yeah,
it pools very nicely.
It's really pretty. So that's the Crazy Zobber Ball.
Alrighty, but
okay.
How do we get this?
Well, if you would like to win the Crazy Zobber Ball, tell us what your favorite summer activity is.
We'll create a thread in Ravelry where you can post that.
Or you can just no.
No?
Nah.
Just comment?
Nah. Just comment below.
Just comment below what your favorite summertime activity is. And we have a criteria for...
Okay, that's what you have to do.
Just comment below.
Tell us what your favorite summer activity is. And we've already determined how we're going to pick the winner.
Yes.
Just so we don't get accused of picking favorites or something down the road.
Okay.
So yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's do that. I can't see. So on the last episode, I mentioned that I had made my camel toe socks.
Yes.
Yay, camel toe socks.
They're sandal socks. They're
and I had cut them to make the camel toe, and I went to say this is really good yarn to steek, and then I couldn't remember what it was. So that's Drops Fable.
Ah, good old Drops Fable.
Was the yarn that I steeked my camel toe with.
Just gonna let that slide.
We'll
okay, move on. So...
Yeah, and so a little while ago, I knit a baby sweater.
Yes! Yeah.
And the new baby has arrived. Beautiful bouncing baby boy.
Congratulations to the family.
And Melissa's been knitting the baby blanket that she was knitting for her friend for 2 years ago.
I just see your note.
So it's time to get the blanket finished. I actually offered last week. I said, do you want me to just do that for you?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, Mom! So I said,
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, to be fair, she was going great guns on it. Then she sprained her wrist. Then she's had some sort of medical issue going on with her neck and her shoulders, and she's off work, and you know. So to be fair, I think she would have had it finished if those things hadn't happened.
Yeah.
But now you know now it has to happen.
Yeah.
It's all because the baby is, what day is it today?
It is Tuesday.
Okay, not yet a week old, but you know how anyone it goes zoom, and they're like 6 months.
Yeah.
And they're a year, and they're 21.
22 and still living at home.
And sometimes they're 22 and still living at home. Still like having your back rubbed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, new baby. You got all excited.
I was just like, you know.
Yeah.
New baby. And I've known those people for a long time.
You've known the mom.
Yeah.
Like probably for as long as you can remember.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You would have been about 2.5 or so when
Melissa met the mom.
Yeah. And you would have met at the same time. And
yep.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
It's
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just happy for them.
All right.
Yeah. So, how do you like my outfit, Mom? So I was...
Your outfit it's special.
Yes, because I was on my way... well, sort of one of the reasons we planned this today is because I was getting my hair cut in town, so I'd be in town anyway, so I'll come here. So I got my hair cut, and I also wanted to do something at the bank. And as I was walking to the bank, you want to know what I noticed about this outfit? My shirt is inside out. You can actually sort of see the silhouette of the design that's
Just
supposed to be on the front.
See the design here.
Which Dad insists is Patrick Star wearing a thong.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that is so funny.
When we have to stop, I'll flip it right way around and we'll point that out.
But I think this is just one of those styling shirts that has the seams on the outside.
Yeah.
Because
and all the tag information.
All the tag information, so everyone knows what size to get you.
Well, yeah.
First
I looked down and it was like, oh, it's backwards, and then I was like, okay, so there should be a tag here. Oh, that's the front design.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So
that's pretty funny.
I am styling.
Yeah,
today.
I'll have to ask Anna if she noticed. Anna is my friend who cut Mike's hair
at the
today.
salon.
Yeah. So Canada Day happened.
Actually, the same guy I'm house sitting for currently, he also owns and operates the local bounce hire, so bounce castles and such. And me, Robin, and one of my coworkers / Robin's friends / the person who introduced me and Robin was also working that day, and I got a wicked sunburn on the back of my neck. And I completely forgot about that when I told you to write down Bounce Castle, because what I was going to talk about was what happened on Saturday. Because while the person I'm house sitting for is out of town, he had a couple hires that he needed myself and one of his friends to drop off and pick up. Not operate, just drop off and pick up. And one of the people that we did that for, they were so kind. Oh, they were so great. And even after we were done, they were like, okay, so, we have these hired for a party. We still have, pop and stuff. Do you want any?
Oh,
we have 7-Up, we have ginger ale, we have Pepsi. The guy who was helping me opted for a ginger ale, and I opted for a 7-Up. So the guy goes back up to their house, beautiful house, and he comes back down carrying a can of ginger ale and a 2-liter of 7-Up.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, come here, man. I have D&D plans tonight. I'll go through this, but for now, glug glug.
Did he intend on giving you the whole thing?
He did not intend to, but I'm guessing that since he had brought it, I guess he thought they had cans, but since they only had the 2-liter, he was bringing me that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was funny because I just had that and I was slowly working on it for the rest of our pickups for that day, and then it got used up playing D&D that night.
Oh my goodness, that is funny. That Oh
yeah,
man.
I just loved him carry a can of ginger ale and a 2-liter of 7.
2-liter 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was funny.
Good.
We had a good laugh about that.
Good.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay, so I think it's time to actually talk about knitting.
Yeah. So, this is going to be a really quick episode.
It's what happens when we actually do these on time. We don't have as much to talk about.
Well, yeah, and, things have happened. But anyway, so, Yarnquisitions.
Yarnquisitions.
I'm just going to keep knitting.
This has been Yarnquisitions. Foes.
Foes, yeah. I'm just knitting.
This has been Foes.
Oh.
Whips!
Whips!
What are you working on?
Well, look, it's a work in progress. Okay, so this is actually kind of funny because if I told you I've been working on this monogamously, and if you were to look back at last week, you would say you are at the exact same spot you were at last week.
Yeah.
I mean the exact same spot. I looked before we started.
Yeah.
So.
What happened?
So, that's right. You haven't been here. Anyway.
No, I haven't been here.
So, since we filmed last week.
Yes.
I forgot a piece. Anyway, I completed this arm.
Did you?
I attached a 6-inch collar.
Did you?
And I tried this on a couple of people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I decided, from their feedback and other things, that I had done my color work on the arm was too tight. I needed a little bit more space in the arm.
Okay.
So I needed to rip back the color work on the arm. So, being forward thinking, I cut off, because it ends with the oatmeal at the bottom of the arm. So I cut off that part.
Okay.
I ripped out the color work.
Okay.
Because I knew it had to be reknit.
Okay.
And then I said, Self, you know, it really makes sense for you to pull out the whole sleeve and put a few more stitches in just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Because it really was too tight. And granted, it hadn't been blocked yet, but I was like, you know, so I ripped out the whole sleeve.
Yeah.
All right. Keep in mind, this sweater was finished except for one arm.
Yeah.
That's all that was left. So then I'm watching one of my favorite shows on TV and getting very involved in it. And so I got this ripped out.
Yeah.
And I also, since I was in the ripping out mode, I had a slightly different bottom on it last week. And I said, well, you know what? Since I'm pulling stuff out anyway, I know I want to change that bottom bit. So I'm going to pull that back too. So that got ripped back to where the black starts.
Okay.
And then somewhere in there, between the things that I've been pulling out, and I'm thinking about what it looked like when they put on this sweater, the couple people I had try it on, and watching, being deeply engrossed in this TV show, I decided I needed to make the shoulders smaller.
Okay.
Just for the record, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't need to make the shoulders smaller. I needed to loosen this color work.
Oh, yeah.
So in order to make the shoulders smaller, I needed to rip out the neck.
Yeah.
And I needed to, because of the construction of this, I needed to rip back from one side and up till I got past the shoulder.
Jude might start rubbing against the tripod.
And away I went until I had ripped the entire top of the sweater back.
Oh, no.
So what I had left was, and I had cut back, so I had cut it off again at the top of this color work. So what I had when I was done, Michael put a picture here.
Yep.
Was I had this band of color work.
Okay.
I have this much of a sleeve.
Okay.
It's in the other room.
Okay.
And a bunch of balls of yarn.
Yeah.
That would have been last Wednesday.
Yeah. Hi, Jude.
So I sat back and I went, what did I just do?
Yeah.
What did I just do? So I took this as an opportunity. I said, this is an opportunity. And I wrote out the entire pattern from the notes that I had so far. And then I knit back following the pattern notes that I'd written. And so, through the magic of television,
I have flipped my shirt.
and I have the bottom part of the sleeve. So I had this and the middle band of color work. That's all I had left.
Wow.
That was knitted.
Okay.
So yeah, wrote the pattern, and I've reknit it, essentially. So I've reknit it. It was actually a really good thing because I tweaked a couple things when I knit back. There were things that I was like, oh yeah, I'll write that differently in the pattern. Well, I did them differently here.
Okay.
And I'm now as I'm working on this sleeve, and again, a little tweaking, I am going to have to rip this out too. There'll be no saving this either.
Well,
I might save about this much of it. So anyway, some people might be saying, you did what?
Yeah.
You cut your sweater off.
Yeah. Jude, stop it.
Jude took a selfie a little while ago.
Oh, did she?
She did. We'll put that here.
Okay.
Jude selfie. Okay.
Jude! Damn it.
So, if you ever want to do surgery on your knitting, I'm going to put, now next week, I'm going to make a video about, oh no, I guess I'm not because I'm ripping this out. Shoot.
Well.
I might do it anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, about Kitchener stitching two pieces back together once you've ripped them out.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, here's what I did. So, we'll just pretend that this is attached.
Okay.
So these were attached together and they made a really funny looking sleeve.
Right.
Okay. So what I did, because I had black at the very bottom, is I found where the beginning of that round started. The black round ended.
Right.
And I got in there and I snipped the stitch.
Yeah.
I then, with a darning needle, I probably actually used a cable needle, I went around and I just pulled out all of that first round of the black, and then boop, it's detached.
Yeah.
So there's the piece that I detached it from, and all of its stitches are nicely waiting
yeah, they're live and
to be reattached. You'll notice I don't have a stitch holder or anything in them.
no, you don't.
This yarn is amazing for color work because it is sticky, and this yarn will be flippin' amazing for steeking. So then I did the same thing on this side where I snipped the first row of the gray.
Yep.
The oatmeal, it's not
Yep.
gray. And picked around the one row, and then I had this hunk of color work left. Well, this hunk of color work, because I was telling everybody how stupid I'd been, it was in and out of my sewing bag. It went back and forth with me to work. It was laid out and pictures taken of it. It was not handled kindly, because I don't worry too much about drop stitches. They don't scare me.
Right.
But when I went to pick it all up again to Kitchener stitch, so I Kitchener stitched right around, right where the two colors meet.
Yeah.
I've Kitchener stitched that all the way around. You can't tell.
Nope. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have been able
You'd
to
have
tell.
no way to know that that wasn't knit straight through. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so when I went to pick up the stitches, so I could Kitchener stitch it, everybody was just sitting there waiting to be picked up. There were no drop stitches.
Yep.
It was great. It was super, super cool.
Yeah.
And I had thought at the time, well, I'll do a little, how do you Kitchener stitch? And I was like, oh, but this is such a big project. It's going to take me so long between the parts that I want to show.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it, because and then I said I'll do it when on this smaller piece, and
Yeah.
now I probably won't be doing that either.
Alrighty. And what is this yarn that you're using?
Thank you. You are such a good other person to be doing this. This is the yarn from Juniper Moon Farms. It's their Santa Cruz, which is a brand new base. It's coming to a yarn store near you this fall.
And they sent you these.
It's Juniper Moon Farms Santa Cruz Organic Merino. And so this is the same yarn base. It's made up the same way as the Juniper Moon Patagonia.
Yeah.
Which is their, it's a little bit, it's kind of a sport weight. It might be considered fingering sport. Yeah, it's more of a sport weight. And actually, I used their Patagonia is the blue color.
Oh yeah,
here,
right.
held double.
Yes.
And yeah, it worked perfectly for that purpose. And so, yeah, love this yarn coming to a yarn store near you this fall. So, yeah, hopefully, based on my knitting times, I should have this finished by next week. And since the pattern is mostly written out now, I'm going to be looking for a tech editor.
Ooh. Ooh.
And getting down to more of the technical stuff involved with patterns and doing schematics and grading and all of that. I'm also going to look through my color work charts, the ones that I've made based on the basket. So this is based on a basket design, one of the African baskets that, well, we know them from Big Blue Mama. And so this is it's a 4-stitch pattern repeat. So I'm going to look at some of the other ones. I don't think any of the other ones are a 4-stitch repeat. But if they are, or if I look and I find some other ones and I make up charts, so there will be options for different color work.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
So that is literally all I've been working on because I accidentally ripped the whole thing out.
Yep.
How stupid. Anyway, we do these things and we look at them as opportunities and we carry on.
Absolutely. I don't have nearly as much to talk about for my whip.
No?
No, I've also been fairly monogamous. I've just been working on these socks. I got the heel turn done. So now I'm working my way up the leg.
Flippity flop flop.
There we go. So yeah, those progress keepers are where I was last episode. Yes, it's different on both socks. Yeah. That's where I am. And I had a really interesting time with this one because I had dropped a stitch and I didn't realize it. So some of the stitches on the heel here are a little bit wonky because I attempted a rescue mission for that stitch and I think I screwed it up still. And in that process, I learned that this yarn is impossible to read. There's just too many colors going on and you know, fair amount of fuzz, and it was just really hard to read.
Nothing is impossible.
No, it wasn't impossible. It was just
difficult.
really difficult.
Yeah, I think you're gonna find you're probably gonna get pilling.
Yeah.
At your rub spots.
Yeah.
And
yeah, this yarn is Queensland Yarn Perth Collection, the Rainbow Reef colorway. So.
And I'm totally I'm gonna give you a rewrite on this pattern.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, it works.
Yes. Why do I have a Midnight Craving marker or thing in here?
Because.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Queensland Collection Perth. Australian Superwash Wool Blend.
Nice. So let's see. So we're doing toe up. I don't know. Did you say all that already?
Yeah. Toe up, 2 at a time. Heel flap and gusset.
Heel flap and gusset. So there's So for anyone who doesn't know what that means, so a heel flap is basically this square piece right there at the back.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom, there's the section that's called the heel turn, which is this little sort of
triangle almost
roundy shape at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the gusset are the increases
that happen on only one side of the sock.
Well, it happens on both sides.
Well, yeah.
So there we go. The gusset are the increases there to make room for the top of the sock to go over the arch of your foot.
Yeah, and there's a great big hole in my gusset. I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know what happened there.
Don't worry about it. If it's a problem, you stitch it together later.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about my whip. And yeah, here is just the label for that. Queensland Collection Perth Rainbow Reef colorway.
Okay, and we'll get you set up with what you need to get those stitches onto stitch holders for Robin's Ursa sweater, because I'd like to see that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll need a needle, two of the cords, and 4 stoppers, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a needle, so I can just slide it on.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table a game that I brought to the house that I am house sitting because I knew that there would be people around there that I could play board games with, and I left it there. So I don't actually have it here. But the game I am recommending is a game called Power Grid. Power Grid is another one of those games that has been around for a very long time, and I'm bringing this up today because I initially underestimated, incorrectly identified this game. I figured this game would be like some super heavy slog, really, of economic superiority. Anyway, in the game Power Grid, players are playing as competing power companies who need to buy power plants at auction and add cities to their power network, and then provide their power plants with the resources needed to actually power them, and make money. The winner is the winner, although, is the player who can power the most houses when the end game is triggered. So it is not the richest player, although that does break ties. The winner is the person who can power the most houses with what they have.
Who has the best power grid.
Yes. And yeah, I initially thought that it would be like, sit down and slog through it for, 3 hours type game. But I had the opportunity to play it with one of my coworkers, and it was a lot easier than I had expected it to be. The turns flew by. We were playing 2-player. Which has some special accommodations you need to make, which I completely forgot about and ignored. But yeah, the game it flew by. It was really fun, and I've heard
surprise.
Yeah,
it was fun.
I'd heard, but on the other side of the coin, I'd heard rumors of business majors playing this game with spreadsheets out on their tablets, figuring out the most optimal play that they can make.
Well, that would be like fun.
Yes. Yeah.
For them.
And I mean, yeah, there's certainly a case to be made. One reviewer, Shut Up and Sit Down, noted that the game is very German in that if at any point in the game you make a suboptimal play, you are suddenly put at a much higher risk of losing in the end game. But honestly, at the level that me and my coworker were playing at, all plays were suboptimal. So, and there was a really interesting arc throughout the whole game because you buy your power plants at auction.
Okay.
So it's an auction, and in the first part of the game, it was like, I just bid $15 on that power plant. Is that gonna, that's really expensive. Is that gonna come back to bite me later? And then by the end of the game, we were like, I bid 20. 30, 40, 50, 60!
Yeah.
Not even batting an eye. And it had a really interesting arc through that. So, I hope to maybe bring that game out a little more. It's for between 2 and 6 players, ages 12 plus. Takes about 2 hours to play. Power Grid.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, now, I dropped my yarn on the floor.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's time for events from around the world. Okay. On Friday, July 19th, 2019, the Natural Fiber Extravaganza is being held in Lebanon, Tennessee. On Friday, July 19th, same day, in case you're in Australia and not the United States, it's the Australian Sheep and Wool Show at Bendigo in Victoria. on Saturday, July 20th, it's Ripping Yarns. I just love that name.
That's a good name.
I think.
Ripping Yarns.
Except I think that Ripping is actually like a city.
Oh.
I could be very wrong.
Who knows?
It's Ripping Yarns at Stoke-on-Trent, Stratfordshire. That's in England. Okay!
Okay.
So that was events from around the world. World. Okay.
Okay. We have no giveaway winners to announce.
So don't forget, comment below. I hate people who do that.
I do too, but it makes the most.
It every time.
It's the national. It's the signal. It's the signal.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
Comment below. What is your favorite summer activity?
Mm-hmm. And we'll be choosing a winner next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next time we record, we'll choose the winner. And with the way our schedules go,
who knows?
That could be...
My schedule is very open next week, so it'll probably be sometime next week.
Might be as soon as Sunday.
Might be.
Maybe Monday.
Maybe... Can we do just, like, status updates on Instagram? You know, could we put out a thing that's like, you know, it has been decided, you know, at the end of today will be your...
Well, we could, but not everyone follows us on Instagram.
That's true.
You should follow us on Instagram.
You should follow us on Instagram. Close Knit Family Knitcast.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, like this video and subscribe to this channel and comment below your favorite summertime activity. And also, join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the end card and in the description. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.